Now joining us is Reverend Frank Schaefer. He's a human rights advocate who works for a parish in Isla Vista. But this morning he joins us to talk about an award-winning documentary called An Act of Love. Good morning, Reverend Schaefer. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Let's go back to 2013, when your life pretty much flipped upside down, right?
That's correct.
Tell us what happened.
Well, I had performed the wedding of my gay son, Tim, to another man in 2007, and it finally caught up with me. There was a complaint filed, there was a trial, a church trial. I ended up taking a stance for my gay son, and in fact I have 3 gay children, so I took a stance for all three of them, as well as our LGBTQ community within the church, and I was defrocked basically because I couldn't promise them never to do it again. That was very turbulent.
Yeah, and not only did it affect you personally, but it went national. It hit the front page, and your face was on national news, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I remember telling my wife, you know, this might actually be in the local Gazette.
Went a little bit further than that.
Yes, a little bit further. And but it was really stressful, though, and really painful almost was to have the church, the entire church, you know, there are like about 12 million United Methodists in the world look at this, and really being under the microscope was quite the experience.
Definitely. That was in Pennsylvania. A year later, the church reviewed it, the higher court in the church reviewed it, and they turned it around, right? They
turned it around. I was reinstated, thank God, and I'm still minister in the United Methodist Church, serving here in Santa Barbara, Isla Vista, the University Church, United Methodist Church in Isla Vista.
Now your story, you know, not only did we see it on the news, but now you can see it in a documentary that was in the San Luis Obispo International Film Festival, and it won an award, right? Yeah,
it won the Best in the Fest Audience Award, which really surprised me.
Yeah,
There's a lot of enthusiasm there.
Well, let's take a look at the clip.
I knew that the Methodist Church wouldn't allow it, and I knew if I asked him, he would do it.
This was a private affair that was nobody's business.
At any cost, we will get rid of Frank Schaefer.
The straw that broke the camel's back was that Frank conducted the same-sex marriage for Tim.
The church set it up to look exactly like Law and Order.
This trial is not about the book of discipline. This trial is not about the Bible.
A father's love for his son preempts the book of discipline.
Making injustice stop comes in the form of protest.
The practice of homosexuality is incompatible with Christian teaching.
This is as much my church as it is yours.
Wow. Okay, so taking a look at this, I know you've seen it a number of times, but every time it plays, I'm sure it brings up some emotions.
It sure does, and I think what really gets me the most is still my son's story, because when my son Tim was in high school, he came out to us, my wife and myself, and the story he shared in terms of what he went through, and we had no idea that he went through this, was horrible. He felt like he was going to hell, and that was the message he received from the church, you know, that you can't be homosexual and go to heaven. There's something wrong with you. So he cried himself to sleep most nights, he said. He prayed to God, please take this away from me. I do not want to be homosexual. I do not want to go to hell. And when nothing changed over a couple of years, he actually decided to take his own life. And when my wife and I heard all of this, we were just moved to tears, and we just hugged him and said, you are our son and we love you, and that's never going to change.
Some tough decisions for parents to make there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, there is plenty more. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but there's plenty more, and that can all be seen in a screening locally, right?
Yeah, actually there's going to be one May 20th. Okay. And PFLAG and Spectrum are on the forefront of organizing this.
Okay, well, go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for joining us, Reverend Schaefer, and have a great morning to you.
Thank you.